can I get a 1 if you hear me? And I hear, you're hearing me well, and I'm not robotic. All right, Lisa T, SG. All right. That's what's up. Happy Friday, y'all. Eve Jean in the building. Autumn Jade's in the building. Mistress Rogue. Destiny Vex is here. We got Chocolate Goddess. Scorpio Phoenix Rising. Talks with TK. SG, just mentioned her. Lisa Blackman is here. Y'all, it's getting real out there. It's getting real. You know, I keep getting stories about Black men that are killing women, and they just so happen to have toddler daughters. Sometimes the toddler daughter makes it. Sometimes the toddler daughter is also murdered with her mother. You don't need a whole bunch of reasons to leave Blackistan because they're evident, but something else is happening as well. Y'all, they're predicting a recession. They're predicting a recession. Let me say that again. They're predicting a recession. What is a recession? People struggle financially in recessions. Some of the worst ideas or worst idea that you can have being in Blackistan, right, is to keep having babies during a recession. Keep being the only one in your house working during a recession. And even if he is working a job that's not paying much. That's a horrible idea. I don't know how old a lot of you are out there, but if you can remember as an adult in 2008, it was a mess. They're predicting that, but just a little bit worse this go around. Do you understand what I'm saying? Why am I saying all of this? Ladies, it's time to go. It's time to go. You either gonna have to shit or get off the pot. Point blank, period. If you're a divested woman, y'all know we always talk about divesting from toxic family members. When those toxic family members get hungry, even if y'all haven't spoken a long time, they're going to call you. And it's not your responsibility to feed these people. And I'm telling you something right now. It's always been like this in the Black community. Leaving the Black community, you're not missing anything whatsoever. Let me pull up my slides real quick to let you know, pull up some receipts to show you that it's always been all fucked up in the Black community. Okay? There's never been a time, even with all these little memories that older Black people keep telling you about, those were shit times too. Okay? All the way back before the civil rights movement. There's never been a time of bliss, especially not in this country. It's always been struggle. The other part is it's always going to be struggle. The Black community does not change, and it will not change. I can promise you that. Let me give you a little example. What you see in front of you is the same person. That's one man. Okay? His name is Torrance Epps. A little story about Torrance Epps, okay? In 1973, he was married, had a son, and he was beating the fucking brake pads off of his wife every chance he got. Okay? This is before domestic violence was an issue publicly. Because a lot of them niggas was kicking your ass in the household, but nobody was telling, because what's done in the house stays in the house. Y'all know that mantra. It still exists to this day. Well, unlike a lot of people, his wife, she said enough is enough, and she packed up her son and she left and went to her mother's house. Well, you know Torrance don't like that kind of shit. Torrance the Naker is going to be the mascot for all things Naker today. Torrance said, no, bitch, you're coming back home. So what he got up and did was got a gun, went to her mother's house. Fortunately, she wasn't there, and neither was the son. But her mother was there, his mother-in-law, and so were her grandparents. He shot and killed her mother because they have a bloodlust, and he did the same thing to her grandparents. Okay? Listen, y'all. It's always been fucked up in the Black community, and it's not going to change. Okay, so he was arrested. sentenced to 30 years. Remember, I told y'all that happened in 1973. Well, he was arrested and given 30 years. They paroled him in 1988 because, black men are a protected class and they never do all of their time. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're victims. He's done enough time for killing 3 motherfucking people. Let's let him back out in the street. They had a little apprehension, didn't want to let him out in the street. So they put him in a halfway house. Well, Torrance promptly escaped from the halfway house and stayed on the run for 8 years. Well, he had some more dusty shit to do. So he went into a store where there happened to be an undercover agent, federal agent there. He was trying to purchase $615 worth of food stamps for $380. Where have y'all heard that before? Okay, remember, the black man says that the white man is taking care of y'all and giving y'all entitlement programs or whatever. Well, he's trying to buy some of those food stamps. That is what ended up getting him caught. So check it out. They put him back in jail. He only stayed for a couple years because in 1996, he got back out, was rearrested, got back in jail, right? And then he got out again in 2003. Led kind of a peaceful life. I don't know about the events between that time because people like Torrance, they're always in some shit. So you can probably assess that he was in some shit in the meantime. Well, Torrance has gotten old. He's gotten old now. It's 2017. He's old, right? So he moves into a senior community where there's other people there, other seniors there. And Torrance is still Torrance, though. There was a lady that lived in that community that Torrance didn't like in particular. Of course, she was a black lady. Her name was Tiandra Johnson. And what happens when neighbors don't like you? He opened fire on her in front of the other residents with several shots, jumped back in his wheelchair with his gun, went to the leasing office, tried to pull the same gun out on them, but he had ran out of bullets. Tiandra died. Y'all, they still didn't give him life. He's in jail. He won't make it out because he's too fucking old. But this is the black community. This is one story. And I can almost bet that nobody even knew about this story. There's so many of them that it's disgusting. When people say folks can change and have a change of heart, that little motherfucker is still living in their chest somewhere. It just takes the proper circumstances to bring that motherfucker out. That's all it is to it. Aaliyah, had you heard of this bitch?
Oh, no, I haven't. This is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Had this been that old lady, remember the old lady from Atlanta? She was a jewelry thief and they showed all her side-by-side mug shots and all she was doing was stealing jewelry. Well, this motherfucker here, he has 4 bodies to his name and nobody knows who he is. Nobody. As
Go ahead.
As a matter of fact, when I was looking for his story, there's not much information on it. I had to dig my ass off because contrary to what you believe, the media protects black men. They do. They let this cocksucker out of jail 5 separate times and he has 4 bodies on his list. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no. I was just listening to what you were saying, but I just was about to say, of course, I mean, you know, the old saying that there's nothing new going on under the sun. And it's really not. I mean, of course, nothing is going to change. It's this more of the same. The shit is trash. The community is trash. It's always been trash. And it's like that because nobody doesn't see anything wrong with the way things are going. So they just keep passing down all of this bullshit from one generation to the next. I mean, how do you expect a community to do any better when you have people still walking around telling you to kill your abusers with kindness, that you love them anyway, no matter how awful they are to you? You forgive this person because forgiveness is not for them, it's for you, and all this other type of bullshit. And it's wrong to carry vengeance in your heart or to want payback. It's almost as if they tell you all this cliched shit, and it's setting you up to be a fool. And
remember
what it is
now, Aaliyah, he has a son. So him being 79 years old, I'm sure that son, right, has children, maybe some granddaughters in the building, right? I'm sure they're going around telling people, not all, while they
Exactly.
granddaddy in jail for 4 goddamn murders.
Yeah, and that's why I say, you come from a community that always tells you not all. But before it was not all, it was forgive this person because forgiveness is for you. It's not for them. And it's like, see, that's why I say they always come up with it's always a slogan or a catchphrase. And what it is you're trying to get me to forgive somebody who shit all over me. You're trying to make it seem like I'm the one with the problem. I'm the one who needs to heal. He fucked me up, but I'm the one who needs to heal. You
Right.
know, it's the mind fuck, the Jedi mind trick. They always try to make you feel like it's your fault. You're the one with the problem. It's not them. And it's like,
Hmm.
get the fuck out of here with that. And they wonder why nothing ever changes. Because this is the bullshit that they keep handing people generation after generation after generation. And when they're not doing that, they're whooping your ass with the Bible.
Girl, don't even get me started. Ebony, what you got
Well,
on this? Because we fixing to get all the way the fuck into it with some more shit.
but for this guy, I think the right knee matters. Um,
Yes.
this guy never should have been let out in the first place. And the sorry part about this, in Blackistan, there's a lot of dudes like that.
Yes.
The only thing holding them back is number one, they have not reached a critical mass of anger yet,
Hmm.
enough to do it. And number two, they're still afraid of the cops. And they're not, they're not in the big house. Uh, this is sad. And I remember what Aaliyah was just saying. There was kind of this mind voodoo
Hmm.
stuff, Jedi mind tricks that they're doing. Okay, they always want to talk about the Jedi mind tricks that the white people use, the dominant society,
Right.
and the white supremacy, and this and that, and yeah, and yeah, and yeah. What about the Jedi mind tricks that the Black community in general does on its women and girls?
Nobody wants to talk about that.
I want
Nobody
to talk
does.
about it. I want to talk about it. I don't.
Girl.
Here I am, my brown ass with with my vagina and my eggs and all that boobage, whatever. I want to talk about it, and I'm not going to stop talking about it.
This is not the only one that's out there. A lot of y'all got granddaddies that are fucked up. I do. Well, he's dead now, but he had a fucking shootout with my goddamn grandma. I shit you the fuck not. They have
Go,
always
grandma. Go, grandma.
yeah,
Yeah.
my grandma shot back. Okay, but they're everywhere. And now that they're older, the ones that are still out and about, you're not going to be able to recognize them because they're going to disarm you with their age. You need to be careful with them too, because had you saw the dude on the right scooting around in a wheelchair, you wouldn't have thought that he would open fire in a goddamn nursing home. Okay, and they have always been this way. These are mug shots from the 1850s. This is a rapist here named James Kennedy. This is a thief here. His motherfucking name is Philip Stroller. This is a motherfucking ugly motherfucker right here that likes to whoop ass and steal everybody's shit. This has always been them. They
He
talk
does
about
look like a primate, though.
they talk about white supremacy and how bad they was done back then, but you don't talk about this shit right here. These niggas existed as well. When can we get a hidden colors on something like this? Because you're making it like all y'all wanted to do was form families and get jobs and take care of your kids and mow your lawn. Da, da, da. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. This is 1850s with mug shots. How you do that? When you what you told us was you was just picking cotton and trying to make your way in the brand new world that you were kidnapped and brought to. How does that make any sense? Shane, can you make it make sense?
No. How can you make it make sense? You can't make it make sense. But you know what? They weren't doing all that stuff. It was, the white men and the white women telling all kind of lies on them to get them put in jail. That's what it was.
This motherfucker
Bullshit.
looks terrible.
I'm beginning to think their
Terrible.
behavior is what is one of the reasons. Now there are many reasons, but helped Jim Crow be passed
Yeah.
after the Reconstruction.
We
Their
finna get in that
behavior.
too. I'm so glad you're here tonight because we fixing to get into that shit too. First, we doing the criminals though. Then we gonna talk about the best divestors in the world, and they look like the person on your screen. I shit you not. Miss Sincere, are you dusty?
Oh no, far from it. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Are you dusty?
Oh no, I'm no.
Okay, what you got on the topic, Miss Sincere?
So, oh my gosh, where can I start? Anytime someone gives me the pushback of we should forgive these people, or forgive these dusties and turn the other cheek, I tell them that is not accurate. That if you're a Christian, that's New Testament, but it is perfectly okay to wish harm upon someone who wishes harm upon you. It is perfectly okay as a Christian to wish someone be destroyed, because if you read the Old Testament, it has been done many, many times, and there's actual scripture of imprecatory prayers. So it's nothing wrong with wanting your enemies to be destroyed, or someone who means you harm to be destroyed. And another thing that I've noticed is that the people who push the dusty, it's particularly predators who push that type of ideology. Predators are the ones that will tell you, oh, you need to forgive, you need to do this, you need to do that. But you have to understand the people that run the church is Black men. Black men run the church. It's mostly Black women underneath them. So even behind the pulpit, they push ideology that's beneficial to Black men and detrimental to the health and safety of us Black women. A prime example of this is the Hebrew Israelites that stand on the corner. Everything that they push is harmful to Black women.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say this. I am a Christian. And I did have a conversation at one point with someone who was he was a dusty male. And let me tell you how this conversation went. I told him that when it comes to my health and my safety, I don't hit men. I'm licensed to carry, and I will shoot twice, center mass. No questions asked if I ever feel like I have to hit a man. And thank God I've never been in that situation. And it was funny because he was telling me some sort of story about you get more time for attempted murder than you do actual murder. But all of a sudden, when I told him that I always carry my 9mm with me, my Smith & Wesson or my Taurus with me, then his tune had switched up, and he was like, why are you telling women to do that? They can go to jail. It switched up, but I'm like, weren't you the one that told me that if I actually, a woman actually puts two in a chest and stops the threat completely, that she can get less time for that? That's if she goes to jail, because opposed to an actual attempted murder, because he was explaining that if the person lives, then they can tell their story and more charges will pile on top of that. So I noticed when it's beneficial to them,
Her voice
when
went out.
it's beneficial to them, their tune is one way. But all of a sudden, when it's something that's beneficial to us Black women, all of a sudden it's about this forgiveness. It's about love. Oh, you shouldn't tell women that, blah, blah, blah. And I've noticed that. And that's just the biggest thing I wanted
It's
to
always
say.
been like that. Thanks for adding that. It's always since day one been like that. There's never been any benefit to Black women staying in the Black community. Not ever. I dare anyone to name a time period. Just what decade was it beneficial for Black women to stay in the Black community? Anybody? Pro-Black goddess. Pro-Black goddess. Are you dusty?
Are you?
Yeah, we're not doing that tonight. Any motherfucking way. Y'all, we was just talking about the crime, right? In the Black community and why it's not beneficial to stay in this motherfucker. Y'all, listen to me. This story is sad as fuck. It was shared with me by Aaliyah. It is horrible. How are y'all getting in these relationships with these ugly motherfuckers? This girl is gorgeous. What is it? Sympathy coochie? What the fuck's going on? Honestly, the perpetrator in this story y'all getting ready to see, He looks like an animal in the face. How do y'all do it? How do you do it? Let's go.
Horrifying backstory to a shooting death of a young mom outside of a daycare center in DeKalb County while the baby was still in her arms.
Her family telling our John Shearing that her estranged boyfriend, now charged with murder, had been abusing her, but the courts kept releasing him.
For 21-year-old Micaiah Montgomery, her baby Chloe, her greatest joy, her baby's father, her greatest fear.
And had they locked him up and put him away, she would probably still be here.
Shansierra Coleman, describing what she's learned about her sister Micaiah's last moments of life Wednesday afternoon. How Micaiah's estranged boyfriend, Chloe's father, 22-year-old Taco.
Can y'all make out his face? I'm not trying to be funny right now. I promise you I'm not. I would say swear to God, but I don't believe in that dude. But can y'all make out this face? What the fuck is this? Not only did you fuck it, you did it raw, sis. What's going on here? Listen, I know y'all got to think better of y'allself than that. I know, y'all, he looks like he has a tarantula on his head making sweet fucking love to him. His face looks horrible, if you can make it out.
He looks like he says one-word sentences. Ugh.
I can't.
Yeah.
Look, they caught
Yeah.
it. They caught it in the chat room. That nigga's name is Taco. Taco. Let's take it back 5 seconds. If you think everybody in that chat line, go.
Day afternoon. How Micaiah's estranged boyfriend, Chloe's father, 22-year-old Taco Nash, violated.
Pull up.
Taco.
Pull up. The nigga's name is Taco. What on earth? I hope they drug tested his mom when she was shitting his ass out.
Well, probably was the only thing she knew how to spell.
Oh, God.
I mean,
Taco. Taco.
I'm serious. That probably was the best she could come up with. That's all she knew to spell.
Maybe she was hungry.
This is an animal, y'all. Y'all need to start being prejudiced. Stop letting people tell you judging people on their looks. That ain't it. Judging people on their race. That ain't it. Motherfuckers that look like him do crime. Period. They do crime. Let's finish this story up.
A protective order and confronted Micaiah at Chloe's daycare center and drew a gun and forced Micaiah and Chloe out and pulled them into some woods in back and shot and killed Micaiah.
He called my other sister and he said, "I'm sorry, I killed her."
With Chloe in her arms, police arresting him soon after. Coleman says Nash had even shot Micaiah once before in August 2020 when she was pregnant.
Yeah.
What? This wasn't the first time he shot her. Y'all, it got to be better than this. You can't be this lonely. You can't.
And he stood over her and shot her.
But he got out of jail after that. Coleman says the courts in Fulton and also DeKalb counties kept releasing Nash from jail after every assault against Micaiah.
Y'all see a theme here? Mammies, there go your bail reform. You can fuck somebody up, shoot them, get right back out. Fuck them up, get back out. Fuck them up, get back out. This y'all doing. Her blood on y'all hands, bitch.
What if you shoot a black
Chloe had
man?
moved in with her
Right.
aunt, Jasmine Walters, hoping to hide from Nash, but he still found her.
Flabbergasting to the entire family that they kept allowing him to keep getting out. The justice system completely failed her.
Nash is now in jail, charged with murder this time. Micaiah's worst premonition and fears, and theirs, they say, came true.
I just hope that they are held accountable. They didn't do their job, which is to protect and to serve.
Y'all bitches won't let them. That's the fact of the matter. Tell the whole story, broad. Why didn't she call out the protesters that went out there to make sure that Taco can get the fuck out of jail? They didn't name him by name, but Taco was included in the demographics that they wanted to be released. Huh? Why didn't she call them out? They're in Atlanta. There were marches in Atlanta about that very goddamn topic. They failed her. The justice system failed her. I guess so. You didn't want them to keep folks like Taco. Okay, Aaliyah.
I mean, when I saw this story, I had to send it to you because I was just horrified because even after all of that, he kidnapped her and the baby from the daycare. At that point, she called her family to say goodbye and tell everybody she loved them because she knew he was going to kill her. And when you look at him, just from the look of him, it's like, girl, could you not see that it was something wrong with him? Why would you? It's like these are beautiful girls. It's like you are too pretty for this mess. How the hell did you end up with something that looks like that? You know,
My
but
problem,
it's horrible. Go ahead.
Aaliyah, it kills me every time you have a beautiful young black lady gone or her child or lady and the children gone. The black folks have the same freaking look on their face every time. The justice system failed her. They kept letting him out. What about you not failing her? The minute he decided that he was going to stand over your baby girl and shoot her, you take baby, I don't care how much money you had to scrap up from fish fries or whatever, you send that child outside of the country or in another state. Why the hell? Why the hell?
I mean, I don't know. And to be honest, I'm surprised he didn't actually kill the baby too,
Me
because
too.
they said that she actually was holding the baby when he shot her because she was running away from him when he just pretty much gunned her down. And she was holding the baby, and they could tell from the blood splatter that she was holding the baby. So I was surprised he didn't kill the baby. But like the other lady was saying, and I'm glad she brought up the Taurus because I also own one with hollow points to go with it. So it's no warning shots and I do not miss. So yes, ma'am, I understand. But, they say, I don't pay attention to all that church talk when they say vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and all that other stuff. Because I just remind them, okay, what about Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 11, where it says, it does no good to charm a snake after it has already bitten you. See, they don't want to talk about that.
What about, Aaliyah, don't throw your pearls to swine either?
Exactly.
What about that one?
These are verses that they don't want to discuss. So when you talk about everything that he had already done to her prior to that, it's like, why do we continue to do this? They're still, and it's still true to this very day, you're still trying to charm these snakes, ladies, and it doesn't work.
Don't black people know any Navy SEALs or some snipers or something? This is getting too often, too crazy. And I'm sorry, if you keep letting them out, that's one thing. But then you won't even let people know this stuff is so, you know what I mean? Hush, hush, we can't. Really? Taco gets to live. That young, beautiful girl is dead.
My question is this. What's the difference between Taco and the motherfucker on the screen?
Nothing.
They are 200 years apart.
Nothing.
Nothing's ever going to change. The black community has lied to y'all. They've lied. Nothing was better in the 60s. Nothing better in the 50s. Nothing was better during slavery, for God's sakes. I mean, they are who they are. Let me show you something else, y'all, because we're doing a little bit of time travel tonight. This is a painting that was done by a white dude in the 1830s where he was warning society about black males and about integration and that type of shit. It's a picture where there's a black man standing up with his white bride, right? Because they've always been divested. From the moment they have an opportunity, they divest from y'all. Okay? And y'all weren't the ones fucking them up. They were fucking you up and then divested from you. I don't know what you're not getting there, but anyway. They left you a long time ago. You keep being placeholder for when they don't have no goddamn money, right? The follow-up picture that homeboy did was the result, right? This is what happens when you let the integration and the black man come in and have our daughters. I'm warning you, it's going to look bad. He must be a goddamn psychic. In 1839, this is a picture that he made with a lazy ass motherfucker on the couch and his white wife with babies running around, and it's a hot ass mess. Y'all, when I tell you it's always been like that, I don't mean 1951. I mean 1777 around this bitch. And probably before that. Let's just keep that all the way real. There's never been a time where they were amazing. But anyway, let's keep going. It's ironic that today's Google Doodle, this woman, her name is Amanda Aldrich, she is a product of that said union. Her father's a black man from America and her mother's Swedish, right? I thought that shit was so telling while I was looking for my pictures and shit. I'm like, well, who's this on this doodle? Yeah, see what I'm talking about. Let's go ahead and look at her parents. Y'all, it's always been like this. These are her parents. The more things change, the more they stay the same. Ugly ass Dusty and a white chick that like tacos a lot. Okay? This is from the 1800s, y'all. I don't know where y'all get off thinking that things are going to change. I don't know where you get off thinking that if we just unite and come together as a community, nothing's going to happen. They don't want to be around you. They've never liked you. Ever.
I mean, they kill me with this, oh, let's all come together and become a community. And my thing is, they've seen time and time again, you help them out, you build them up. Soon as they get something, they leave you the fuck alone and go and get somebody completely different, of a different race.
Mm-hmm.
They've done this over and over and over again. So what makes you think if you build them up, they're going to build this community with you and you're just going to get married and raise your children in bliss? When have they ever done that? These men, every single time they start doing better, they dump you and go and get somebody else who they can now afford because you made it possible. Mm-hmm. They've always done this.
Aaliyah, you know why I figured out that divestment was for me?
Mm-hmm.
Ladies on the panel, I figured it out when I realized that my ass was disposable to the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
When I figured out that if something happened to me, the perpetrator would go free.
Yeah.
Okay. When I figured out that if I said anything about the said perpetrator, I would be blamed. I would be useless to the community because basically I'm a girl. There's plenty more girls walking around. So I was disposable. I figured it out. The misogyny is so freaking deep in Blackistan. That is why it's in tatters.
Yes, and
it's just more of the same. It's more of the same bullshit. It's always been like that for Black girls and Black women. Welcome to the panel, Miss Kyra. I know you finna be a smart ass. What's going on?
Good evening, DZ. Good evening, ladies.
Hey.
Now, DZ, I'm kind of tired of you talking so negatively about our allies.
Oh, Lord, we knew it.
Don't you know that all these cicadas you have shown are potential allies, and we just need to work together with them and help them get jobs, and they'll stop unaliving us?
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that's right. I know that's right. There's some prominent people walking around here saying that very thing exactly.
Exactly. And all we need to do is do a step aerobics class in mass online, virtual marching, and that will happen.
Wow.
Kyra, did it hurt you to say that, girl? Did it hurt you?
That's all we need. Yes, I understand. I had it all wrong this entire time. That's all we need.
Aaliyah, I knew that hurt you.
But yeah.
Again, nothing changes. This magazine cover is from 1966 and it's asking about what's behind the riots. Y'all just had a bunch of them in 2020. This is 1966. Of course, the Black women on the front line again. I'm trying to figure out what you're waiting for. I need somebody to chime in and let me know what you're waiting on. Huh?
But excuse me, DZ. Don't you see that those Black women back then were fat and unkempt and unfeminine?
Oh, Jesus.
That's what the manosphere says. They look like beautiful women to me. I hope that one of them divested. At least one of them, I'm hoping.
Hopefully, but isn't that what they always said? Like, we need to be like women like them, and I'm just asking.
Child, please. Out of one side of their motherfucking mouth, they say they some fat bitches, and on the other side of their mouth, they say they wasn't no good, and feminism came and destroyed the community. Child,
And
please.
my thing is, they act like those women weren't getting the shit beat out of them too, and they was
Thank you.
everything they said they wanted, and they
Thank
was
you.
still beating those women ass. They was still going out creating whole families, even though they were already married. I mean, they were still doing the same thing, whooping ass and cheat, even
Ex-
back then.
Exactly. I'm just gonna go scroll through these covers. Cause I'm waiting for somebody, and I wish a mammy would click this. I'm not talking about the ones that's coming up here. Yeah, I'm dusty. You dusty too. Not you disability bitches. I'm talking about somebody that can make this make sense to us. Cause we're confused. Cause see, we're already divested. I'm trying to figure out, when do you think the change is gonna happen in your lifetime, if ever? I'm just trying to see why you're hanging in there, baby. Why are you still there? Yes, ma'am.
That was the year I was born. And that was the year my mama got the stamps beat out of her. So
Thank you.
yeah.
Thank you. Same questions being asked on various channels. Why don't they show us? Why don't they represent us? Again, it wasn't up to mainstream to show you. It was up to the dusty ass niggas that you were sitting and spinning on their dick to make your image be shown. That's who responsibility it was. But you won't turn to your left and say, hey, nigga, don't fuck with me until you get shit right. See, me personally, I ain't never fucking with them, but you still like them. So why don't you put some goddamn standards on your shit?
But DZ, in 1966, that year I was born, Gene Roddenberry had this woman, Denise Nichelle Nichols, to play Lieutenant Harura, and gave her a beautiful image. It wasn't a black dude.
It never is. This is 1953. I wasn't even an itch in my daddy's pants, and y'all was still asking, when you gonna represent us? This woman here is old enough to be some of you people's great grandmother, right? And the question still exists. When you gonna show us in a positive light? You already know niggas ain't gonna do it, so now you done started attacking other races of men, saying, show me, my nigga ain't gonna show me, so you gonna have to show me too, right along with your women. Are you insane? Let's go. Don't get me started with that our faith healers phony. Don't take me there. Because you nature boy ass bitches, y'all need to stop that shit too. Around here trying to cure herpes with mangoes and shit. Fuck out of here.
You know, and they kill me saying that it's all about representation. And it's like, yeah, but when your men had an opportunity to represent you, they told everybody that you were bitches, hoes, hood rats, chicken heads, ratchet, ghetto, unlovable, and just pretty much fuckable, worthy of being pumped and dumped, that you were easy, and that's pretty much all you were good for, to fuck and get pregnant and leave with kids. That was it. That's what your men said when they had the chance to represent you the right way. They didn't tell the world that our women are beautiful, they are strong. They didn't say anything positive. They got on a microphone and told everybody that you were worthless, that you
Called
weren't
you a
shit.
thought. Forget about thought.
Yeah.
A thought.
A chicken head, a bird.
Roll it back
Yeah,
even earlier. Go back to the 1970s of those black exploitation films. What did they portray black women as? Hoes.
Tits and ass. Tits and ass. Nothing else.
What y'all looking at right now is 1951. Some folks with colorism issues and all that type of shit. This is nothing new. Asking about it in 2022 ain't gonna get them niggas to go ahead and represent you. They've always been like this, y'all. This is 1951, but fuck those people in the front. I'm talking about on the upper right hand corner, the man that lived as a woman for 30 years. Remember, I told you all of them on that so-called spectrum and will suck a dick. Yeah, I need to order this actual copy because I want to read that story. I don't know what that's about. I wish there was more details on it, but look at the time frame that it's on the magazine.
You know, I think cicadas would suck dick for $20. So what would $20 in today's money be in 1951?
They would. We saw a guy that had a t-shirt on that says $20 is $20. I'll suck it. You don't remember that black dude with that t-shirt on?
Oh, I remember. That's what I'm referencing.
Right.
Yeah.
again, going theme. Ain't nothing changed. A lot of them want to be women. And here you go embracing them in 2022. Oh, they identify. Oh, they feel like. Keep going. Y'all off the chain with the nonsense. Like I said, the Black community has always been what it is. Okay. What? I don't know what's happening here. I ain't talking about that family right there. I'm talking about my mother was a man. Y'all, what year was this? 1953. So when your mom and them and your grandmama and them tell you all this little multi-letter mafia shit is new, it's not. It's not. Black men have always been weird, sexually deviant, degenerate ass motherfuckers. They always been like this. Your great grandma lied when she told you that they were family men and that nothing like that would happen. Just because the dudes today dye their hair pink don't mean it wasn't no different back in the day. Their hair just wasn't pink.
But DZ, buck breaking.
Don't you start that shit. Don't start that shit. That buck breaking had to happen in what? Year 1411? Hell, I don't know. Come on. Yo, this is some manosphere bullshit. This is some mammy ass bullshit. Do y'all see what that says? I drove my husband away. Listen, mammies, y'all got life fucked up and you're fucking it up for everybody else.
That woman's pretty.
She's
my
gorgeous.
God, who is that?
She's gorgeous. Did they put her name on here? It's probably behind that little sticker right there.
Okay.
But what? I drove my husband away. These are the grandmas that was teaching you. You got to fix that man's plate. You got to make sure the kids are clean when he get home. The house needs to be clean. You need to fuck him 6 ways from Sunday. Meanwhile, he already got through fucking, probably too tired to fuck you. But I drove my husband away. This is some mammy ass shit. Okay.
And they made sure they put her in the most feminine outfit they could find. So that's not a new concept either.
Okay. She's conservative as fuck, but sexy as hell at the same time. But that's they say that's what they want. It didn't work for your grandmammy and it ain't gonna work for you. Leave the Black community. Period. Okay. I'ma stop right there. Let me go ahead and go to the chat. I gotta go to the fucking chat and see what's happening. Fuck this shit. Fuck all this. Let me see what they saying down here. Child, no. Yeah. Y'all, that's a gospel singer. No, it's not. Let me shut up. That's a gospel singer and her husband. If you don't see Sissy all over his ass, I got a Brooklyn Bridge to sell you. That man does not like women. Come on now. The hips and the way he's standing, darling, that is a beard. Same shit happening today. This is a beard. I didn't know. Look, honey. Kyra, you shared this goddamn picture in the Discord. You ought to be made to talk about this shit.
Yeah, Kyra.
Look, I was just showing historical fact of our real history as Black people. And see how treacherous they really are. We're not going to do this whole, back in the day, your grandma and your grandpa could stay married for all these years. Look at the sort of nonsense that they were dealing with.
Yes.
And so he's a beard. And do you want to guess who's the breadwinner in that marriage?
Oh, you already know. He ain't bringing shit home. The article say he's a goddamn minister, but that's a beard. That boy like boys, point blank the fuck period. He got with somebody that probably ain't going to, demand much because the self-esteem is so goddamn low. She probably asked to breathe. I don't look. Let me hush. I'm gonna end up saying some Discord shit up here, and I don't want to do that. I was amazed by that. Now, let's get into some real good shit, shall we?
No.
No. Let's go, y'all. Yeah. All the civil rights leaders and shit. Now, the average Black person would look at this couple and go, hey, that's a beautiful couple. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. and his beautiful wife, Coretta. Right? Come on, y'all. I'm going to let y'all have that. Let me shut up. I'm going to let y'all have that one.
Nothing. I'll be quiet.
You
No, go
I
ahead,
was about to
Tyra.
jump the.
I wanna-
I was
Go
about to
ahead.
jump the gun. DZ's on it.
Hey y'all.
Hey,
Hey,
how
How
you
don't
Melanie.
y'all
doing,
start?
Melanie?
How don't y'all
Good.
start talking about
I
Martin Luther the King?
I know y'all ain't up here hating. Y'all know these people was married for 40 and 50 years. Don't hate. They said these men were the bomb then. They were
Listen.
they were the providers. They bought the homes. They took care of the kids.
Oh,
Okay.
don't worry, true fan. Y'all know good and damn well I'm getting ready to show Baxter. Come on now. Come on now. I just wanted y'all to see the pretty black woman first.
That he
Y'all,
thought he settled for. That he thought he settled for.
Right.
And you want to know the sad thing is she never remarried ever.
nope.
Mm.
Well, you
She
have to
sure
remember
didn't.
what Martin Luther King put her through. She probably didn't want to be married again. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's what I'm thinking. You know, some of them women been so done out in the first marriage, they just like, I'll never do this again.
low key, we're not supposed to talk about this, but Martin Luther King almost, he very nearly compromised the civil rights movement altogether.
Yep.
And because the FBI, J. Edgar Hoover, they had him on tape fucking white women when he was, so-called marching against the white man.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Also, J.
Hey, you
Edgar
ain't supposed
Hoover.
to be telling secrets.
Yeah,
That's a secret.
but J. Edgar Hoover also sent those tapes to Coretta.
Okay.
He
And
sent them to her.
She stayed like a good black little lady, like the ones that they want today, that's going to put up with all their shit. And guess what, y'all? Not only are you putting up with their shit, they are not even marrying you anymore because they already know that they're going to be able to get all that pussy for free, and you're going to try to impress them. And don't let them start fucking somebody else. You're not going to be mad at him. You're going to be mad at her. And she probably didn't even know nothing about you with her stupid ass because she just as stupid as you for getting with the nigga like him. But let me go ahead and show y'all this beautiful ass woman he was lusting after all up in college. Yes.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Ah.
Ooh, the lunch lady. Now, no shade to divested lunch ladies over here, but this is he would have rather gone with a white woman who was a lunch lady versus Coretta Scott.
Her name was Betty, y'all.
Right.
Her name was Betty. I'm just trying to see any of you mammies in the clouds. You upset? Am I lying on Martin Luther King?
They don't want to talk about it. Don't even ask.
Am I lying on him? Because I'm going to tell you something. I want you to know it's okay to fall out the clouds. All right. I want you to come correct this article. Come correct the recordings. Come correct your history, all them lies.
No. See, they use that to try to tear a good black man down. That's what they always do. They did the same thing with Malcolm X. They always try to tear a good black man down. This whole story is fabricated. None of it's true. None of it's real.
Well, that bullet tore his ass down. Go ahead, Shane. I'm sorry.
I said COINTELPRO.
Right.
J. Edgar Hoover was actually a mulatto, but oh well, that's another day.
Some secrets back then.
Was he?
I can see that, but was he also a cross-dresser too?
Yep.
He was a cross-dressing mulatto. Got it.
And dare we guess where the mulatto came from or no?
I didn't know he was a mulatto, but I'm guessing that it would have been some nigger because black women are so goddamn race loyal that I don't think it was a black woman. I mean, I don't know.
Y'all know what? These women right here are their true counterparts.
Yes. Period. And the day y'all figure that shit out, the world will be a better place. Because the birth rates will go down tremendously once you accept that they don't like your motherfucking ass. But anyways, this didn't age well, did it?
Oh,
this
Lord.
didn't age well, did it? What?
Where are you getting all these cringy?
Listen, and black folks was eating this shit up back
He's
then.
married to the preference.
Now hold on, DZ. This man right here, Bill Cosby was known as America's dad.
And they set him up because he was trying to buy NBC, and the white man didn't want him to have it.
This is who black kids that didn't even have dads growing up looked up to.
Y'all, this is y'all's community. You're
And
gonna get
see, look
left.
at her. Beautiful woman. She's the preference. Somehow that still wasn't enough.
She is gorgeous. Holy cow.
She is.
Gorgeous and dumb as a bag of rocks. I mean, she is the literal definition of dumb, pretty and dumb. Because she's been married to him long enough to strip all that money away from his ass. She bore him, 5 children? She could have got that shit. I don't know what it is, but black women from that day and age, they had a couple reasons maybe to be stupid. Not now. No woman, not now. Not when you see what they got going on. He named her his key to success while he was around here drugging and R-wording women.
Putting his pudding pop somewhere, huh?
I guess fucking so. Wow, Snuggle say Frederick Douglass left a black woman. Yes, ma'am.
True.
From what I understand, he was biracial as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Welcome to the panel, LK. How are you?
Hey.
Hey, I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Great.
Good.
We're just breaking down the black community and showing how awful it's been since
y'all DZ and Kyra them up here hating because these couples been together 60 years. Where your husband at?
And downstairs.
They're jealous.
Ain't that what they say? Where your husband at?
Yeah.
No, they say where your man at because
Yeah, where your man at though? Yeah.
Right.
But you know,
Honey,
Bill Cosby is a unicorn. You do know that, right?
He is a unicorn. He was America's dad.
And Martin Luther King was the king of unicorns.
I can't, y'all.
No.
I
Y'all
can't.
know he was innocent and wrongfully convicted because it never mind the fact that he admitted to it, but still though, that was a long time ago.
Well, you know, all that stuff that happened to him with that whole like assault with the pills and stuff, they said that was a takedown because he tried to buy NBC and the white people wouldn't let him.
Oh, so now NBC must be a date R-word drug because darling, he wasn't fixing to buy a goddamn thing. You know how much it costs.
Well, let them tell it. Let them tell it he had the money to do it.
Go ahead, dear. You was getting ready to add something.
Oh, I just wanted to say that to double on how Coretta was basically the ideal woman and she was still put below white hookers and cafeteria ladies. I put pictures in the Discord from her opera career. A lot of people do not know that Coretta Scott King was a trained opera singer.
Yes,
a
she
soprano,
was.
in fact.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't know that. They didn't say much about her, but I know her husband was a philandering, lying-ass son of a bitch. I mean, and then she turned around years later, and dated Harry Belafonte, which I thought was trash as well. But hey,
I would say he wasn't any better.
Nope.
Harry Belafonte was the one who kicked Eartha Kitt out of the bed, saying that a black woman can't do nothing for him but hold him back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
There's a Jet magazine cover with Eartha Kitt on it that I didn't upload it, but on her cover they were talking about if you can't find love here, go abroad to Africa.
What?
No.
All these talking points from today, they have been saying this shit for close to 100 years, y'all. Over 50 years to be exact. But
well, that's one thing. The black community cannot be original.
Aaliyah, something's over your microphone, boo.
Oh, okay. Don't leave out Sidney Poitier. Don't leave him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
James Earl Jones.
Hell, all of them was fucked up. I mean, seriously, all of them were fucked up. I want
Red Fox, Richard Pryor.
Yeah,
Sammy Davis Jr.
He liked Asian women. Sammy Davis Jr. was crying on his wedding day to that black woman because he was in love with a white woman. I remember that shit too. How does this keep on happening for decades, y'all? And if you want to be technical, it's been happening for centuries. I know y'all want these niggas, but they don't want you back, boo. They don't.
Mm-mm.
It actually has been going on for centuries. Remember, Frederick Douglass, his first wife, was the one who got him out of slavery, gave him money, got him enterprises, only for him to move in his what was to be his second wife and basically mock Anna on her the first wife on her deathbed and mistreat her and abuse her.
So basically, Frederick Douglass did the B. Smith thing 2 centuries ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Yep. It was very sad. I read the article and it did everything for him. She got him out of slavery. She was a businesswoman. It was her house she moved him into, and that's how he repaid her.
Well, you're supposed to help out a brother. You're supposed to help a brother out.
Fuck a brother. Right in his ass with no. Okay. Though nobody got time for that shit. But my question is this: when are Black women going to learn? I know all of y'all know, right? Thank you, Miss Simmons. Appreciate you. I know all of y'all know. But every time we end a live, you can ask Cold Fire, who's in the chat right now. Y'all, the mammies come out and start squeezing their tits all over my comment section. So since you know I'm here, I usually get up here and lollygag, present what I got, and I wait for you to come, but you fucking know better. You know better, bitch. Whoever up there goddamn listening. Whenever you got some, what I'm going to start doing is deleting your goddamn comment and make you pissed off so that you'll click this link, because I am very curious. You need to help a sister out right now, because I want to know where all this dumb shit is coming from. You don't have any references. You don't have any time frames to quote. I mean, where are you getting this Black love shit from? Where?
DZ.
Ma'am?
We're in a recession. They're going to have to go. They need to go now.
It is what it
I'm
is.
for real.
Let me remove this from up off of here.
It's time to go.
The 5.5 hours has not stopped. The recession is coming. And some people also are predicting a depression. Y'all, if that comes true, I don't know what to tell you. I need to show y'all what's actually getting ready to happen. This kind of makes me sad because I know it's going to affect a lot of Black women, but ain't really nothing I can do about it but tell you what the fuck's going on.
I am done.
I've been done. I've been done.
This is what happens when you have a community of useless men who didn't feel like they needed to build anything for their women. I mean, we know it's coming. We know who's gonna suffer the most behind it. The people who are the most in poverty. We are the one who needed all the stimulus checks, the WIC, the TAMP, the food stamps, free child care, all this government assistance, including CHIP, Medicaid, Medicare, all this other shit. And then turn around and say it's the white man's fault that your men put you in a position to need all these things.
But my problem is, was it the white man who came, screwed your ass, and had you pump out all those babies?
Yes,
No.
and that's where I was headed with that, because they said that the white man has oppressed their men to the point where they can't function, but then he'll turn around and have 8 kids, and so do you. So it makes no sense.
And Aaliyah, they'll have those 8 kids, and then they'll come take you off this earth, and those kids will end up in the foster care system.
But y'all are forgetting the Willie Lynch letter. Y'all are forgetting the Willie Lynch letter, and the white man.
I'm gonna hurt you.
Oh Lord.
Willie Lynch, according to that letter, the white man systematically broke the Black man and separated him from his family, and his conditioning has stuck all these years later.
Kyra, I'm getting ready to throw this damn phone at you. You better cut this shit out.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Only the fucking stuff.
Facts.
Okay,
See,
but
those are the facts.
DZ. Okay, so the white man came and did something to the Black man and kept them from building. They haven't put the Black woman down.
Oops.
Women can stand up stronger than Black men.
Oops. Well, the answer to that is that they let y'all do it because you women.
Y'all know what though, on a real note, in the direction we're headed in this recession, it's gonna affect certain people. I feel like the stuff y'all been doing, all this letting these men flick y'all remote controls while y'all going to work, drive y'all car, eat all y'all food high as it is, gas high as it is. Can y'all afford to do that in a recession?
Food's actually gonna increase.
I'm getting ready to show y'all right now. Listen, ladies, if all the shit that we said in the past hour don't get you out of there, I know your hungry ass gonna want to leave after this shit happened, because it's coming. Come on, YouTube.
Inflation number rising again, the worst in 4 decades. The consumer price index up 8.6% in May compared to a year ago. And fueling that surge, higher prices for food and energy. Gas now averaging $4.99 a gallon nationwide. President Biden speaking today about the impact on Americans as some worry about the chances of a recession. Here's ABC's chief national correspondent, Matt Gutman.
Tonight, that new report from the government showing inflation is only accelerating.
Everything is going up except our paycheck.
I had to stop it right there. Yo, I can't stand their asses. I can't. When they're having an economic conversation, these are the last people you want to talk to. The goddamn naker. Everything going up but our paycheck. Bitch, you always been broke. Talk to somebody that actually goddamn shop. The fuck? They always finding these niggas. Nigga, hush.
Your food bill's up $100.
With prices up 8.6% in May, higher than last month, a new 40-year high. American families spending $346 a month more than they were last year for the same goods.
It's getting harder and harder.
You know.
Y'all stop. Stop.
Oh God! Why does nigga look like a Tootsie Roll? He look like a Tootsie Roll.
Hey, DZ, rewind that again. I want to hear that again.
Okay, I got you. Here we go.
More than they were last year for the same goods.
It's getting harder and harder out here.
Yet,
out here. It's getting harder and harder out here. Oh my God. Let's go, y'all. This is a damn
prices
shame.
up nearly 50% in the last year. Groceries up 12%. It's the largest spike in the cost for staples like eggs, meat, and bread since 1979.
If this keeps up, how long does your lifestyle change? In any way?
I mean, it's already changed in that I don't do as many leisure activities. I'm not driving as much. I'm not spending money maybe on going out to eat.
And with polls showing more than 60% of Americans disapprove of his handling of the economy,
I understand Americans are anxious, and they're anxious for good reason.
President Biden looking for a silver lining in a speech at the Port of Los Angeles today.
Inflation outside of energy and food, what the economists call core inflation, moderated the last 2 months. And we needed to come down much more quickly.
Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, who admitted she was wrong to downplay inflation fears last year, this week asked about the chances of a recession.
There's nothing to suggest that inflation and that a recession's in the works.
Matt Gutman joining us now. And Matt, so what are economists saying now about the chances of a recession?
Well, the Fed is set to meet early next week, and given the inflation rates we just saw, it's very likely to raise those key interest rates for the third time this year. Higher interest rates typically put the brakes on the economy, which is one reason that analysts like Mark Zandi are predicting a 50-50 chance of a recession at some point over the next 2 years.
Okay, Matt, thank you.
Dollins. It's going down, y'all. It's going down. Everything we said in the past couple months that was coming down the pike, it is underway. Y'all, check this out. The new food prices is going to start happening around September, October. Get a deep freezer. Look, it goes without saying. You're going to have to start putting some things away. You're going to have to stop giving motherfuckers a ride to a place. Did y'all see that gas behind him? It was damn near $7.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're going to have to knock it off. Money, if it's not there, you're not going to be able to keep up what you're doing. Don't add any more children to the mix. Children cost a lot of money, even if you get entitlement programs. Okay? They didn't even bother to ask you on this goddamn clip. They was like, and fair use, by the way. They didn't even ask you. They didn't ask one black woman out there. They asked the people that are coddled the most.
The black women at work.
Right.
And so are the white men.
Right. So y'all get what I'm going. Y'all get where I'm going with it. In the middle of the day, the two most coddled individuals in the middle of the fucking day talking to the news.
The black women at work, and this is Kayla's talking about everything going up but our paychecks.
It's like, what paycheck, nigga? What paycheck? Buy here, pay here don't count. Getting paid up under the table don't count. You cutting the boys' hair in the neighborhood, that don't count. Sweeping in front of the BP gas station don't count. Ma'am, can I have a little bit of change? Don't count. That's the type of shit they do if they not working in somebody's warehouse.
I wanted to add, in terms of warning other ladies over here, Another content creator featured a video about basically someone who used their Airbnb, rented an Airbnb and used it to gain tenant rights. So if y'all are doing rentals, be very careful about how long you let a rentee stay in your place. Most states, if they stay 30 days or more, they have tenant rights at that point, and you'll have a very hard time. You'll have to go through an eviction process. So
You will have to do that also if you are trying to sell a home and you are not in that home. Because what's happening now is people are drawing up fake leases online. So when you get the cops, you tell them get the hell out of your house, they will show the cop the lease and say, hey, yeah, I got a lease here, and you can dispute it. But then basically you're going to end up in court with these people squatting in your home.
If
Not to
anybody
mention
gets mail
squatters.
at your, if anybody gets mail at your house too, right? Don't let people use your address because you'll have to evict their ass as well. All they have to do is say that they were living there beforehand, and you have to go through the eviction process. You have to pay to file those court paperwork. It's not free.
Yeah,
and that
actually,
turnaround time for
Yeah.
once you file to once you can finally put them out, in some places it could be 60, 90 days. So you'll have a while dealing with that mess. So be very mindful. I know a lot of divestors are making money moves and have rental properties. Just be very mindful of that stuff.
The fuck?
Y'all, somebody in the chat said Joe Biden a bald-headed scallywag. I am done.
That man is not doing. Look, he's not gonna get another fucking term. This shit has been a disaster.
Y'all, he is not. He is not where it's at.
No, they voted for him because he was Democrat. That's really all it is. But I won't even go there because we're gonna go down a rabbit hole that I ain't gonna be able to dig myself up out of, because a lot of this stuff I want for Black women to be well. I'm gonna be honest with you. But if you keep going down that same fucking road, like I said last week, I'm not going to feel sorry for you. You got enough warning signs and red flags to let you know that you're doing the wrong thing. So my tear ducts have dried up when it comes to you doing shit, knowing good and damn well it's never helped Black women. Having more kids is not going to help Black women. Getting with Black men is never helped Black women. Being submissive and all this extra shit, it doesn't count when the rent is due, when the mortgage is due. Nobody gives a shit about Black love when they want they goddamn mortgage and rent money. They will put your ass out there. And bitches like me, I'm not taking on one fucking tenant from my family. I'm not doing it. I don't give a damn. They can't even sleep in my garage because I'm not getting ready to go through having to evict them and that type of shit. I'm not with that Blackie Stanley nonsense. Truly.
Were you about
There's
to say
actually
something?
I was going to say there's actually a story I remember of like a 80, 90 something year old woman being put out of her house because she shacked up with her quote unquote soulmate. And basically they never got married. And when he died, his adult kids came and said, get up out our house. And she had no legal rights. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Yeah, we got to start looking out for us and taking care of ourselves because the world don't care.
You got bitches out here saying marriage is just a piece of paper. Okay, the thing is, it's not. It's a court document. And they're using it in a way where they say, well, marriage is just a piece of paper. That's not going to stop people from cheating on you. Bitch, nobody gives a fuck about the cheating. I want my land, right? I want my deed. I want my property, that type of shit. So something needs to be in place, even if it's not a marriage. You need a power of attorney or some shit. That piece of paper will save your goddamn life later on. Ain't nobody worried about where nobody put no dick at. They so
Also,
goddamn
DZ,
dick centered. Yes.
Pensions matter when you're married.
Yes, they do.
To be honest, when we were talking about the eviction process thing, the courts are so backed up with all this C-19 stuff. To be honest, that whole 60 to 90 days thing, it may take up to 6 months or more before you can even get a court date to evict somebody. So actually, that 60 to 90 days thing is not moving that fast these days.
And
shit is fixing to implode. It's been backing up over these past 2 years because, like you said, with C-19, well, the results of everything that's been done is getting ready to show the consequences. It's just getting ready to happen. And the sadistic part of me is gonna enjoy watching a certain group of motherfuckers catch hell because somebody told you already to get the fuck away. But I feel sorry for ones that want to divest and don't have the means to actually get away. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I wanted to add to what Aaliyah was saying. Yes, with it, if you're right, it very well may take up to 6 months because of the courts being backed up to finally evict someone from your property. And guess what? Do you think those are going to be honorable tenants? No, they're going to be destroying that property, especially once they finally are told to get gone. They're going to wreck that property. They're going to destroy the fixtures. So,
It's the most, and I think that's the most cool, just low down, just destroying shit too.
Your mic going out, Aaliyah.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. Say something so I can hear your mic.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am. You sound beautiful.
Thank you. I think Shane wanted to say something.
Hop in, Shane. What you got?
Oh no, I was just listening. I'm just over the bullshit, to be honest with you. And with the, like I said, with the, I'm over the Jedi nigga tricks, and I don't believe in that forgiveness BS. Revenge is for me, not fucking forgiveness.
And ain't nothing wrong with that. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. We've been taught all wrong. The race loyalty has got to go. Some of that shit that you was taught, like that mantra she just said, that has to go. You have to protect yourself. Y'all, when people are hungry, they don't think straight. So it's going to get to the point where walking out of the store with meat, that shit can get you attacked. Okay? When they get hungry enough, shit like that is gonna happen. You're gonna have to double bag and all that type of shit, your meat, so niggas in the goddamn parking lot don't see that you have meat, because that's gonna be a valuable commodity. The shit is going up. Feed is going up.
It's already hell. A pack of ribeyes now is about $40 in certain places. $40, $50 for a pack of ribeyes. Beef is high.
Yeah, it's going up. I love salmon, and I got a whole slack of salmon at Costco. It was $25.
Okay. Y'all fixing to finally, I guess you're gonna end up giving the manosphere what they want, because since you fixing to go vegetarian, you're gonna be slim.
Right.
You're gonna be slim as fuck. They finally gonna get out of y'all what they was looking for. The problem is, even if you do lose weight, nothing's going to change with them. You ain't never seen a skinny bitch get cheated on by no black man. Huh? With a fat bitch. That part.
well, DZ, I hate to contradict you, but we might actually get fatter because rice and potatoes are going to be cheap foods, and that's what we'll be eating.
Well, they're not gonna have the meat to go with it, so maybe it'll balance itself out. Hell, I don't know. All I know is the first thing you need to do is get away from black folks. Save your money, right? If you can afford one, buy a deep freezer. Get an energy efficient deep freezer so it don't raise your electric bill. Make sure that when something goes on sale, you get that shit while it's on sale. Stop the bullshit spending on the weekends with Hennessy and all this extra shit. If you're not watching some streaming services that you are signed up for, subscribe to, get rid of that shit too, because I know I hardly ever even watch Netflix now, and I'm thinking about canceling that shit. But if you have streaming services that you're not watching, don't continue to pay for it, because that can add up. Put that $60-$70 a year in your savings account, because darling, Christmas is going to be amazing. Summer is getting ready to be violent. Christmas is going to be hungry. Okay, we'll see.
Also, I want to add to that too is that if you are able to, you still may be able to get meat in bulk for a decent price. You can go to any meat shop in your area or call around. It's of course it's a little bit, it's more upfront, but you could buy a year's. If you get your deep freezer, you can have a year's worth of beef or whatever. And over that year, it pans out to be way cheaper than buying little by little. So that's another thing to think about.
I'm honestly worried about the crime hitting not only this summer, but when people get hungry, they get very, very violent. They don't, they do not sit there and wait for you to be kind. They'll ask you, but people are getting attacked now unprovoked at this point. So when they get hungry, it's going to be even worse, y'all. That shit happened. Go ahead, Boom.
Oh no, I was just about to tell. That's what I was just about to say about to Black women when it comes to getting our protection. you are gonna have to prioritize and save up for that. You save up for everything else that you want. You want to buy wigs and weaves and all this other shit. I know some of these guns could be very expensive. Me, I like Berettas, I like Sig Sauers, I like all of it. I understand buying a $500 gun, but look at it this way: it's an investment that you will be glad that you made. When things get scarce and people get desperate, trust me, you're gonna need to be able to protect yourself and protect all your shit. See, when people hoard all that shit, they go and they buy all that shit, but they forget a very important piece to that puzzle: protecting your shit. Because when people don't have and you have, they will run up in your shit and get it. You have to protect yourself from that. So yes, invest, save up and invest in you a good pistol. Some of them are very affordable. They're not all expensive. Get a good one. Get you some extra bullets and some extra clips or magazines to go with it. And just be ready. Get ready and stay ready. And if you have to put a motherfucker down, do not hesitate.
Aim for the
Also, I
do
wanted to
rag.
And
add.
what DZ was talking about earlier, talking about, double bagging and getting food. What I do is this. There's only certain places I go in, like Costco. I got Costco and Sam's memberships. I go to both of those. I go to Trader Joe's. But most of my stuff I just get delivered. I get the Amazon fresh deliveries and the Kroger delivery. So a lot of my grocery runs, I don't even have to really go to no store. That's a good thing.
Check it out, y'all, though. Honestly, Shane shared with me a story earlier today where the delivery driver shot some goddamn body. So y'all just be careful regardless. You still gonna need that pizza, even if y'all get y'all shit delivered, because a crazy motherfucker is a crazy motherfucker. You might not get that order after paying for it, type shit. So either way, with hungry motherfuckers, you gonna have to watch they ass.
I would say you even have to be careful with them too, because some of them was keeping. They had a story that I read where some of them, because Nakers will mess everything up. They was actually keeping those people addresses doubling back, breaking in those people's houses and apartments and stuff, because they already have your address. So all they have to do is double back.
Well, yeah, that's true. Well, yeah, that's true too. It's just what everybody wants to do. I mean, I get what you're saying, but yeah.
And I wanted to add, black women, let's not get caught unawares like what happened with the pandemonium. Maintain hairstyles and other nail styles that you can do and maintain at home.
Protective styles. Let's go.
Yes, only do things that you can do at home or maintain at home. You don't want to be caught out, and not being able to go to the salon and looking all crazy or something.
I don't see the third part of your name. It says exhausted from. Are you Dusty?
Divested zealot. If I told you the truth, I would receive the lashing of my life. Honestly, please do not get mad at me, but I'm going to be honest.
Oh, Lord.
I did engage in.
Let me ask you a question, because I already asked you, and then you just started talking. Whenever you haven't been up here, if I ask you if you're Dusty, that's what I want to hear. Not about me getting ready to be mad and none of that shit.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry. Yes, honest. I'm just
okay, so what do you want?
I allowed myself to listen to these idiot manosphere and make a very idiotic mistake, which is just tacit behavior. My environment is divested, but my brain at that time was not. So I just called to say is that you can take yourself out of the environment, but it really does take time to remove your mind from that mentality. And I did. And
exhausted. You said that you were Dusty, and then you proceeded to give advice. Why would somebody take advice from a Dusty bitch?
I made a mistake. That's all.
Okay. Well, then you got some stuff to do.
That's it.
I'm curious to know, what the fuck did you do if it involved the manosphere, and how did you end up here?
I listened to you. I have been listening to you. I've called in before. I just made a mistake. I just did.
And did what?
I took that person's advice.
Somebody from the manosphere?
That you've mentioned before. I think this is Aaliyah. You've mentioned this person before.
And what advice was that? If you didn't want to share that, why are you on this
Thank
panel?
you. Thank you. You clicked the link. So what did you do?
I allowed myself to keep paying for a quote unquote mammy, and then I allowed myself to get involved with like a 55-year-old man.
A black man.
Child.
So how were you in a divested environment?
Well,
what
yeah.
is a divested environment?
I live in the woods. I'm alone.
Baby, that's your address. That has nothing to do with being in a divested environment.
My mind was not there. It's not meant. Who the hell is this mental illness? That's all. All I came to say is that it's just I listened to your videos, but I made a mistake. That's all. It's just it's ongoing.
Why are you listening to them?
I know that again. I know.
What are they doing for you?
You listen to
that's my point. I made a mistake. My point is that
I'm sorry. I am so confused.
Exactly.
I don't feel like you have been 100% honest about what you've done. And you're just calling up here and you're being very vague about everything. But I don't know what you want us to say to that, because it doesn't sound like you know what the hell you're doing.
I effed up. That's all. That's all.
Okay, so let it out. You're dancing around it. Let it out.
No, my thing is she just called up here to vent to us, and I just really don't want to hear this shit, honestly.
I know you don't.
But I feel like you just dance. You know what it is. You're just dancing around.
Because it's beyond embarrassing. Yeah, and she said to vent, and you're right. I'm just wasting your time.
How on earth are you venting without saying what you did? I mean, this is not the fucking Jeopardy. We're not playing a goddamn quiz show game up here. If you did something that's irreversible, then that's fucked up that you did that.
What I did.
What did you do?
I involved myself with an older man. Nothing. I should have never done that.
Okay, did he fuck up your life? Because I don't get it. Are you divesting? What's the deal?
No, he did not fuck up my life. It's just that when you're supposed to leave, you're supposed to leave. That's all. And I guess that's all I came to say.
guess I'm not getting how you tie that into being in a divested environment.
I do not live near any of them. That's my point. They're not anywhere near me. They're not even allowed.
Where you live has nothing to do with it, is what I'm saying. It doesn't sound like you were divested at all.
There.
It sounds like you went over there and got burned, and now you running your ass back over here to tell us all about it.
Tell the truth. You had sex with him, didn't you?
Oh, God, no.
What? Child, please. You wouldn't be up here saying all this shit. Does he even exist? Are you been diagnosed with something? I mean, what the fuck? I don't get it. Do you have anything to add to the topic? Because it seems like you can't get the story straight. So anything about inflation, about motherfuckers about to be starving and robbing motherfuckers and shit like that?
The only inflation, I gave the mammy $3,000 because
okay. That's a shame. That's a shame.
So you went over there, and it's exactly what I said. You got your ass taken, and you've been burned, and now you back up here to get to divestors.
I gave the mammy $3,000 because she needed money.
Well, if you've been listening to us, that's your fault, because you know better. You know better, right? And you still did it. Correct?
3,000.
Hello? You still did it, right? If you've been listening to a word that we said, and you still took your ass over there and you did it, right? I mean, what do you expect from us? Some sympathy? Empathy? Like, what are you looking for?
You back?
Yep.
Exhausted?
I have no words.
Okay, so are you done talking, or did you need anything else? All I can tell you is don't give another mammy $3,000. Stop fucking with old niggas.
Well, let me say this. I was taught, and it's an old down south saying, some of the best sense in the world is bought sense. And congratulations, love, you just bought $3,000 worth of.
Are you still there, or what's going on, girl? It's Friday night. I don't know what the dope men gave you tonight, but it's probably not your regular order. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of you. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, homegirl just flat out stopped talking, and I messed up. I messed up. I'm in the woods. I gave a mammy $3,000. That's what I'm saying. What the
I was
fuck?
in a divested
Hello?
environment. He's like, girl, what the fuck is a divested environment? Because I don't live over there. I don't. Okay, so my thing is, why were you slumming with? You don't even live over there with them, so that means you took your ass over there. How smart was that?
And
Like
I
that.
want to add something just for the folks in the clouds. Divestment is a mindset. We
Mhm.
have divestors over here who live in the inner cities. We have divestors who live in the woods. We have divestors who live in other countries besides the United States. We have divestors who are doctors and lawyers. We also have divestors that are warehouse workers and cashiers. It's a mindset.
Y'all have to understand.
I agree.
A lot of times people be trying to get on us about our impatience with the bullshit. Listen, she sat up there and said that she knew better. She knew better and did it the fuck anyway. I'm not gonna coddle stupid shit. If you still fucking with old niggas and giving mammies $3,000 and that type of shit, I don't know what you want me to say to you, baby. I have no idea. Especially if you knew better. That's a prime example of what the fuck I was talking about. If you know better, you should do better. But if you're gonna keep on fucking up and then looking, that's attention seeking to me. That's attention seeking behavior to me. I fucked up. Are you gonna spank me? Girl, I ain't no freak. The fuck you got going on? Big Baby 92, are you dusty, ashy, both, or what?
No, ma'am, I'm not. I'm neither. I'm neither. None of the above.
All right, what you
None of
got, boo?
I just want to say, the last caller, I would never take advice from a mammy.
That's what I was trying to tell her. I'm like, you just came on here and said you fucked up and then immediately start pointing fingers at people. You got some work to do before you start pointing fingers at folks, right?
What it was, she just wanted to vent. That's what it was, and she wanted us to feel sorry for her. No, ma'am, I'm not going to help you wallow in your pity because you're feeling sorry for yourself because you got made a fool of. Learn from that and move the fuck on.
It's getting too late in the game for the bullshit. It really is. It's getting too late in the game for that. Because had she mammied in a different way, she could have lost her life. Anyway, go ahead, Baby 92.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But no,
you got a delay. You got a delay. That's all it is.
Damn it. I'm sorry. It's like every time I come on here, it's always a delay.
Go out and come back in. I'll let you back up.
Second.
Big Baby, go out and come back in. I'll let you up. Leave the studio and then come back. Miss McDaniels, your device is not connected. You're gonna have to let StreamYards access your mic and your camera and all that shit there. So whenever you get that figured out, I'll let you back up here. Yeah, she had a huge delay, y'all. Big time. Y'all, let me tell you this. I don't have time for the foolishness. I'm getting ready to show y'all while I'm waiting for her to come back or whatever. What's happening out here in these streets? Y'all got to quit playing. You have to stop playing because it's getting real dangerous out here. I forget which one of these motherfuckers that blurred his face out. Hopefully this is the one. Unprovoked attack.
Well, a brutal and unprovoked attack is captured on camera. 3 women walking along an East Basham sidewalk were minding their own business when a man showed up and began to punch them. This assault happened last night on the 1200 block of Morris Street. As Alicia Roberts reports, it's left a neighborhood on edge.
The attacker didn't take anything from his victims and just casually walked off when it was over. We do want to warn you, this video is difficult to watch.
I heard screaming.
3 women walking down the 1200 block of Morris Street Wednesday night, shortly before 11:30, when an unknown man comes up from behind and out of nowhere strikes one of them in the face. He turns, punching a second woman, knocking her down before going in for another hit. When the third woman tries to stop him, he pins her against a wall and starts swinging until she stumbles backward onto the sidewalk.
they were screaming so loud, like they were screaming for their lives.
Neighbors who heard and saw the attack still reeling from it all.
It was just ridiculous the way he was beating that young lady. And the other two young ladies, they were helpless. I mean, they tried their best because they know two of them jumped on him and he threw them on the ground.
As unprovoked as it started, the man paces for a moment, appearing to charge towards one of the women, only to keep going past her.
It just amazing. He just stopped and casually walked down the street.
Police arrived a few minutes later, but the man got away. Why he did it is still unknown.
Just to know that you can be doing absolutely nothing and get attacked, it's really scary.
Now this community is left to wonder if he'll try something like this again.
I'm at the point where I'm like, when it gets dark, I just don't leave my house.
Y'all, this is why we always say get you a firearm. Listen, they were just walking down the street. He didn't even take any money. And I'm going to tell you why he didn't. When black men are being violent, it's just because they have a fucking bloodlust. Black men get off on being violent. It just is what it is. If they had some visible money, I'm sure that he probably would have took it. But stuff like that, I honestly think it sexually excites them. Okay. Now, if those three women right there so-called accuse him of sexual assault, right? Everybody would be up in arms. I'm trying to figure out what's supposed to happen next. I am literally afraid of niggas. I am. I'm petrified to walk down the street and then somebody just fucking attack me of the naked persuasion, because that's what y'all just watched. This is happening in a lot of big cities. Now, the recession hasn't hit yet. Can you imagine that same motherfucker hungry? He'd have killed them broads. He would have killed them. Miss McDaniel, are you dusty?
No, ma'am. You're not going to do me on this platform, Miss Ma'am. No.
Troll alert, troll alert.
Am I a troll? Miss Aaliyah,
sound like
get the
one.
troll and the rap
You
for
sound
us.
like one.
I'm
You sound like
trolling.
one.
Or do I enjoy your content?
So,
Get a
what do
lot.
you need? What do you need, Miss McDaniel?
I need to say thank you. I
For
want to say for getting the dust off of me and for the jokes and the commentary. And my rent did go up and the violence, I see it. Y'all said it before people said it. Whether y'all think I'm dusty or not, I thank you.
I appreciate you saying that. Listen,
I
the
do.
reason that a lot of platforms won't say that shit is because they still wanting to suck on black dick. It just is
Y'all
what it
say
is.
it how it is. I know y'all on the defense, but we hear you. And y'all
Okay.
right. And for the education sperm on the brain, it's funny, but y'all right. My rent went up. They moving people out of my community. So
What do you
y'all
mean?
right every day. And I
What
like
do you mean they're moving people out your community? What do you mean by that?
black people, too many black people coming out here. And they doing all kind of got to call the police. What y'all call them, porch monkeys? They moving people out of here who are black. They putting them out. I just hope they let me stay. But I got the
Hey, Miss McDaniel, Miss McDaniel, calm down a little bit, okay?
I'm sorry.
Calm down a little bit. When people are so-called being put out the black neighborhood, they're not just being
I'm in
put.
a mixed
Wait
culture
a
neighborhood.
minute. Wait. Let me finish a sentence and then you go, okay? Okay, calm down, boo. Now, when you say they putting black folks out the neighborhood, what that means is they can't afford to stay when the rent goes up. That's not putting someone out. When black people say they're putting us out, that's not what's actually happening. The inflation went up, so therefore you need to pay more for rent. That's not putting black people out of neighborhoods. That's why they get so many mammies be rallying behind these niggas, because once they say they putting black people out, they start on some race shit instead of money shit. This is some money shit.
You right.
Okay, because a lot of people make it sound like it's a whole bunch of white men walking up saying, "Hey, all you
I
niggas
said
gotta
it
get up out of
wrong.
here."
I'm just glad I have it, and y'all make me want to go to work to have it for the next price hike, because when y'all was saying it, I say they don't know what they talking about. When it started happening, I said these women are right. They went to school, and people want to slander y'all name and character,
No,
and
it's
y'all
okay.
been right.
Oh, it's okay because we'll get the last laugh. Honestly, when you
And
see
y'all
bitches
right.
walking, when you see bitches walking down the street with their Walmart bag that's full of their underwear, that's when we get the last laugh because people are not
Y'all
going to
really
continue.
right though.
Okay, thank you for coming up. Okay.
Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Bye bye. Oh Lord, let me get my chakras together. I need a drink. What's in the water, y'all?
I have no idea.
What's in the water? It's to the point where basic instructions can't be followed. Have y'all ever seen a person from Blackistan come up and actually follow instructions? I said twice, maybe 3 times. Let me finish a sentence and then you go. Y'all better get y'all asses away from these motherfuckers. They're losing their mind. Point blank, period. It's on you, Shane. Shane probably done ran the fuck up out of here.
She had me so discombobulated. I was like, dang, she had me like tense. I was like, God, I could feel her tensity all the way over here. I don't know. But yeah, like on the inflation and everything, definitely we need to protect ourselves with whatever we can, and we also need to learn self-defense and hand-to-hand combat, because there are some places where you can't carry your pistol, like federal buildings and any type of government buildings and whatnot. So you need to know how to be able to protect yourself without a weapon as well. Like I said, I have my firearms, but I've trained in mixed martial arts, and I Nick Fu. If anything else, I go I can do some crazy shit. So yeah, I just want to say that firearms, any type of personal defense, and also hand-to-hand combat and self-defense without a weapon.
Speaking of hand-to-hand combat, ladies, it's time, you got to get prepared. So you got to work on your health. Like, some of us might have chronic conditions. You need to try to get that under control now.
They finna be vegetarians because the price of this goddamn meat is going all the way up. So they're going to lose weight by default. I promise you.
I get what she's saying on that. Go ahead, DB.
Yeah, they going to lose weight. Come next year, 2023, it's going to be some extra fine ass black women walking out here because they're not, let's just keep it real. They're not going to get rid of black men. What's going to end up happening is they'll go ahead and compensate. You know how they love calling black women resilient? They can beat anything. We've beat so many hard times. I'm going to watch y'all beat these as well, but it's going to be some of y'all dropping like fucking flies. When people have money issues, they do more domestic violence. Y'all can't afford nobody to do more domestic violence on you. You already 3 times the goddamn rate. Y'all getting ready to see some real live shit go down. This right here is really unprecedented, to keep it all the way real. Nobody has ever been through a global pandemonium. Nobody that's alive today haven't, right? The other ones were considered an epidemic, not a pandemonium. Do you get what I'm saying? Like the bird flu and all that extra shit. Nobody has seen any of this that's alive and well today. If you want to do better, it's going to be on you, right? I felt the lady when she came up here. I think she maybe was nervous or whatever, and she's still talking those Blackistani. She said white people came and put them out. You see how there's a difference in lingo when you've been divested versus staying in Blackistan? Everything is phrased as victimhood when they talk. Everything. I mean, if the rent's gone up, nobody's victimizing you. They're just basically telling you it costs me more to maintain this building, so your individual cost is going to go up. They call all of that shit racism because they have no way to combat the shit. They don't have a way to make money. Their men don't have a way to give them jobs and bring more resources. Hell, if you ask them to build an apartment complex, they wouldn't know where to start. They have no idea. They're so used to working up under white males. They don't know. Sorry, not the fuck sorry. It's on you, Aaliyah. Let me cue up this other
I
shit.
was just adding to what Kyra was saying. It's not always about, losing weight. Of course, you do want to lose weight, but for me, it's more so about building stamina and endurance and some stuff like that. Because I can easily do 5 miles a day. I usually do between 4 and 5 miles, but for me, it's not just about keeping my weight at a certain number. It's about endurance. Can I breathe? Can I run if I need to? You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's also about too. Because when you go into fight or flight, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to get away. And if you can't breathe, you can't run. So it's like, no, you got to be able to just increase your stamina anyway. You can do that with the treadmill. You can just hit the park and walk the track. Or you can do it with the elliptical. I personally like the gym. But I will go to the park. Just things like that. Not everybody can just go out and get into kickboxing.
You know good and well, Aaliyah, you know that these black women, these mammies, are not going to do any of that shit. Y'all don't remember the goddamn dick riding class? Do I need to bring that back up? They not gonna do none of that shit. What they gonna do is say, God damn it, white man, go ahead and give us some shit. You victimized us and give it to us right motherfucking now. And if you don't, it's racism. You talking about kickboxing classes, ellipticals, and all that shit when the real deal is here. Okay? Okay? That's what they gonna do. They gonna keep making motherfucking babies and having dick riding classes so they can make sure that broke ass dusty son of a bitch is happy. But this time with the fucking recession coming, you gonna be riding that dick hungry, sister. Your motherfucking ass gonna need a drink afterwards because you know they like you to do circus acrobats and shit like that. You gonna be thirsty as fuck and drinking some city punch. That's if they didn't cut off the goddamn water. At least go buy you a filter or some shit because those niggas ain't gonna help y'all. Actually, they were talking 10 years ago of like wanting a time like this to come because they wanted y'all to have to suck dick for $5. Anybody remember that?
I do, absolutely.
They said they want you to suck dick for $5. Blowjobs getting ready to be cheap. That's what they do when times get rough. They count on you. Number one, taking care of them. Sorry. And number two, coming to give them like derelict sex for the cheap because you got to feed your babies like they ain't his babies.
I mean, well, the only thing we can do is put it out there. It's up to them what they do with it. They don't have to listen to us. They can say them bitches don't know what the fuck they talking about and move how they been moving, and they'll get the same result they been getting. I mean, that's just what it is. Again, the only thing we can do is give them the tips and stuff that we have, and the knowledge that we have gained over the years. It's up to them what they do with that. I'm worried about myself and my family. So they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. It's of no consequence to me. We could just share, things with you on how you can help yourself. Because we already know as divested women, we divested for a reason because we know these niggas crazy and they fucked up. And that's why we try to still clear them motherfuckers. But if y'all still gonna be around them like that, just know you need to be prepared for war. Because whether you know it or not, you are at war with the black man. You don't have to admit that because he is at war with you. Just know that. So it's up to you whether or not you want to prepare for that. And if you don't, that's on you. Get caught slipping.
It's getting ready to be a time around here, and I'm gonna sound evil when I say this, but y'all, you're not doing anything evil, even if you watch these mammies and their kids starve. Don't let them put that onus on you when they don't put it on the nigga that fathered that child. How are you more responsible and more evil for not busting a motherfucking move because her and her kid is hungry than he is? He the one actually fucked her and made the goddamn baby. We always got that guilt on our back. Oh, they down bad. Well, you wasn't there when that baby was made. You was not in that bed with them. The nigga that made that baby don't give a fuck about that baby. So why you sitting up here crying? You have to put yourself first. I don't give a shit about folks' kids when they sit up there and make these babies with these 2, 3, and 4 bastards with different goddamn daddies. How many times you gonna make that fucking mistake? And a lot of times,
I would say not, and it be the ones that do that shit that have the most mouth. Anytime somebody try to say something to them about, I don't give a fuck, I don't ask nobody to do that. I take care of me and mine. I do this and it's like, girl, do you not see yourself in your situation at all? And you getting all this government help and everybody around you helping you, including family members, but let you tell it, you taking care of everything. And ain't nobody helping you do nothing. You don't need nobody to do shit for you and all this other shit.
The ones that don't need nobody to do shit for them, always on at least one government program. That's what I've found. They're always on at least one government program. So if I'm a taxpaying citizen, bitch, mind your motherfucking mouth and quit biting the hand that feeds you, ho. How about that part?
Aaliyah, I got a cousin just like that. She popped out 4 boys by... He styled himself as a gangster, and of course he's in jail, and he's still in jail now. She's my oldest first cousin on one side of my family. And if you watched her Facebook page, she's always patting herself on the back for, raising her boys all by herself. I'm like, chick, do you know how much government assistance you got? You need to be thanking me. I'm a taxpayer. I work.
I stop feeling sorry all the way when they get the fuck out of elementary. Y'all, our last story tonight, it's kind of attached to what we talked about all night long. You don't have to feel sorry for these women, especially when they got all that fucking mouth, when they always got to be righteously indignant. When they look, if they told you to mind your motherfucking business while they was fucking a nigga, you tell them I'm going to mind my business when they need Pampers too. I'm going to mind my business when you need gas money too. Because I was told to kick rocks and get the fuck out your face and quit minding your business when you was making that baby. But look, when they get older, right, a lot of them, especially if they ashy, turn into this shit. We finna end up dragging y'all.
And good evening. Off the top at 6, police making an arrest after a woman was ambushed in an attack in Hollywood. The suspect is just 14 years old. The SWAT team.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? We was up here 2-3 weeks ago. There was another one, 14 years old. Ladies, when these boys get to be around this age, they're stronger than you at this point. Don't underestimate that. Don't underestimate that. I've seen 14-year-olds that are over 6 feet tall. If you see him, I don't give a fuck if he's a minor or not. Get your ass away from him. And for some odd reason, kids this age is R-wording people. I don't know what's going on with that, but it's happening.
Stormed the teen's home today, just blocks away from where that attack happened.
Let's get right to Local 10's Andrew Perez live in Hollywood with our top story at 6. Andrew.
And police are saying this kid is a really big guy. We're talking more than 6 feet tall, more than 200 pounds. This attack,
damn,
it was so brutal, so gruesome, and police are considering charging him as an adult. In walks Terry Berger Smith, set to face a judge for rape. The details are just brutal, and Smith is 14 years old.
When you hear about a sexual battery, it's already disturbing. And then when you add in the fact that the suspect is 14 years old, it just makes it that much more disturbing.
Hollywood police arresting the teen, who may now be charged as an adult. His father appearing virtually in court, asking the judge for help.
My son is 14 years old, and the local news is just, showing his picture. And
y'all see what this motherfucker did? He's sitting up here already trying to make this motherfucker seem like a victim. Oh, forget what my son did. It's the media that's making him seem like a monster. It takes a monster to R-word some goddamn body. And I hate you two for sitting up there making us sound like this, saying R-word. We grown as fuck around this bitch. But the thing is, automatically the first thing come out of their mouth is that they're a victim. So you need to get your ass away from them, because even though they may be minors, they may still be stronger than you, and people are going to make you look like you doing the most, as they call it in the Black community.
And just, is there anything that can be done about that?
But Hollywood police released those pictures, asking the public for help to identify a rapist. Detectives say the teen sexually battered a woman as she was walking to work. This was off South Park Road, right near Hollywood Boulevard, around 4 a.m. Friday, sending shockwaves through the area.
We've been very uneasy, in the neighborhood.
As word got around and pictures kept spreading, police were led to Berger Smith. executing a warrant.
We're all happy and thankful that they did catch the guy, because now we can kind of have some reassurance.
While I can't really talk about the investigative techniques that went into this, I can say that this was just really good police work. And we also have to thank the public, because it was in part with the public where they were able to provide our detectives some surveillance videos.
So again, this young man is in custody. He's going to be remaining in custody until his next court date, which is a little bit later this month. That's when the state will be announcing whether or not he'll be charged as an adult. Much more to come on this. That's later.
I'm sorry, but when you do adult crimes, sexual crimes, and murder, you should be charged as a fucking adult. I don't give a damn if you don't know how to spell your name. I don't give a damn what your reading comprehension is. I don't give a fuck. When you engage in bullshit like this, you need to be charged as an adult. And let me tell you something, mammies. If you love your son, you better put him up on game, because I'm putting these ladies up on game. And if they listening, the person that your son fucks with is going to have a pistol, right? And they will blow his brains through his goddamn ears. Period. This shit is sick, y'all. And that's another reason why y'all shouldn't be feeling sorry for these mammies with these kids. And we've already went over what type of mammies they are. I don't care if they white mammies, male mammies, whatever. These motherfuckers are dangerous as hell, and it's only going to get worse. Play back this video in September and then tell me in the comment section whether I was right or wrong. Actually, play it out in October, because that's going to be a quarterly situation. But I don't feel anything for these people's children when they start engaging in bullshit. And if it's a black male child, I won't go there. I just don't give a fuck. The only people I give a fuck is about black women and girls that actually give a fuck about themselves. So if you keep fucking around with Blackistan, all you telling me is, and other women like me, that you don't give a fuck about yourself. Because if you did, you would get as far away from them as you possibly can. I am tired. I'm tired. I don't care how old your son is. I will send him back from where he came. I don't know what God you serve or who you pray to when you in dire straits, but whoever that motherfucker is that you pray to, I will send his ass back to them and leave you crying about it. Me and my family don't fuck with anyone. I don't expect to be fucked with. Y'all got to quit walking by yourself, right? You have to stop being unarmed walking by yourself. Okay? We got somebody in the back. Black women something. The rest of your word is cut off. Are you Ashy, Dusty, or both?
Why do black women look like men?
Ask your mammy that. Ash, why does your mammy look like a man? Huh?
Anyway, he fucking left. This is who we dealing with, y'all. I won't even say we, because I don't deal with motherfuckers like this. I don't know how y'all do it every single day. Converse with the dude down the street at the store and that type of shit. I can't. I don't talk to black men. Okay? My husband happens to think the opposite. You stupid motherfucker. Kyra, I know you got something to say.
So, how are you? Is this the man that you're expecting to build for you, like as you're getting put out of the apartment buildings? Like, I'm just curious.
You can't build a
Bill
goddamn thing.
He sound like he takes it up the ass. He sounded just like a straight bottom bitch. How the hell he gonna build something? He didn't have enough bass in his voice to say any fucking thing to anybody over here. You sound sweet, nigga. Get some more bass in your voice, bitch.
The reason he sound like that, he sound like he was whispering to me, y'all, and that's always the case because they living in somebody else's goddamn house. Welcome to the panel, Carmen. How are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
Awesome, goddamn it.
Hey, DZ. Hey, panel. Hey, everybody up here.
Hey.
Well, I haven't really been listening much. I've been at work. I just wanted to come up and agree with everybody and second everything that everybody said.
Oh, you're gonna have to listen to the playback. We had some interesting. We had some interesting characters coming this bitch today, and
they've been coming a lot lately. But all they can say is y'all ugly, y'all fat, y'all show y'all face.
Fortunately, I ain't trying to fuck no nigga, so it don't hit home for me. But it hit home for some of these ladies that actually still want to fuck with black men.
I hear that. I remember last week somebody kept trying to say, well, I'm not fat. Well, I'm not ugly. Well, I'm not. Look, I don't care. Y'all can think I'm fat and ugly, especially they. I want them to think I'm fat and ugly because, look, I don't want you. Stay away from me. Go that way.
Oh, bye. I done been my ass up here for 2 hours.
We'll go on
If
and
you-
drag DC, and I'll let y'all go. I'll see y'all in the Discord, and I love y'all, and fuck these niggas.
That's what's up, boo. What you got, Diana Prince? How are you?
Hi, DZ. How are you? I'm good. I just called to tell you the good news that the district attorney of San Francisco got recalled the
I
next
think, did you
day.
email me that? You emailed me that, right?
I had came on last on I think Tuesday.
That's
when
good.
you
I
had
saw
your
that it
show
went down.
because so they recalled him, and I am so glad because a lot of women have been a lot of victims of crimes in San Francisco.
Everywhere,
And
though. It's not just San
yeah,
Francisco. It's really not.
yeah,
Crime
not
has
just
gone up in the triple digits % everywhere. And of course, they're sexually degenerate as the R word crimes have gone up in hundreds of %. It's because they keep letting motherfuckers go. And so I'm glad he was recalled.
Yeah, so now it's just trying. They're gonna do. Now they have to. The mayor of San Francisco has to. She has to appoint somebody to serve out the remainder of his term, and then they have to, I think, vote in November or something, or next November to have a permanent person put in.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to tell you that. Yeah, he got recalled, so everybody's happy.
That's what's up. Thank you for coming to let us know.
You're welcome. You have a good weekend, everybody.
You too. Welcome back, Ebony.
Hello.
Hi. Did you have something to add before I started dragging? I mean, she said hello and didn't say shit else.
Oh, because I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the goods.
Oh, okay. Well, we just finished that. I'm doing some closing remarks, basically telling them, you need to get you a piece. You need to make sure you quit walking place. Y'all, this is not 1986. And shit, it was dangerous back then in 1986. Quit walking by yourself. Keep your phone in your hand if you can. If not, put some earbuds in something where you could get access to the goddamn cops. But then again, with the way mammies have done it, calling the cops, you might not even get anybody. This is why it's important to be armed. Y'all, take a look at what's going on around you. Don't be oblivious to your surroundings. Black people are getting ready to suffer even more. And it's not because of racism. It's because the men in their community did not build anything. You can't demand stuff when you don't add to the society in which you are demanding things from. Okay? People look at your men like they are parasites. I swear to you. The people that I frequent regularly, right? They don't view black men as actual men. Teenagers at best. They'll give them a job, right? They'll, try to help them along, but it's more like a father-son thing instead of a brother thing. And that's if you don't have a criminal record. I'm just going to keep it real with you. You're not going to get anything staying in the black community. You're not. What you're going to do is get fucked up, and then you're going to be hungry after you get fucked up. Quit trying to speak life into these niggas. Quit trying to feed these niggas. Quit bearing their children, for God's sake. Before y'all know it, the summer will be over. It'll be over. In October, it'll be here. The new prices roll in September, October. If you can, get that deep freezer and get your shit together, all right? I'm getting up out of here because I've been stumbling over shit, and I have to go get this hard R off of me. Period. Love y'all. I'm out.
I love you too.
Night.
Thank you.